All right, let's talk about setting up divisions and how do we set up weights. Okay. So first off, let's just explain that you do not have to have divisions. You can always go straight to your weights. And when I go into my weights, I can just simply add weights all that I want. So I can go, if this is a high school tournament, we'll go 106, 113, 120, 125, etc. We could add whatever we wanted to there. Okay. So with no divisions, I can just add these weights and I can just run it straight as a weight-based tournament. I've got 14 weights. We're wrestling. We're going to do that. Okay. I can also click over here at that time and I'm going to delete these off. So I can manage and delete those. Okay. We can also go back to our beginning here and go back to the divisions now, and we can add a division to this. So as I come in, I can add a division, and let's just say we add a 8U division. All right. We'll call it 8U. This would be a folk style, and we're going to add that division. Okay. Now let's add another division just for it. We're going to add a 10U as well. And that'll also be folk style, and we're going to add that in. Okay. So now we've got these two divisions. If I want to add some weights to this division, I can actually just check it, say add divisions, and then, or add weights. And now I can add as many weights as I want to. So maybe for this AU, we're going to have a 50, 55, 65, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and a 100 pounder. Okay. And then I can add that. We could add bracket types if we wanted to, but we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to add these weights in. And now that I've done that, I can now, when I click on 8U, I go and I can say, oh, there's all my 8U weights. They're already in there for me. So I can add them that simply, or I can go to the division itself and just add the division weight right here if I wanted to, and just add them from here as well, just as I wanted to. Okay. When we add those weights, it goes ahead and says the max weight is whatever it needs to be. So you can see those as well. Everything in here is where you can see it. All right. So that's how you would add your divisions. And you could also add your weights individually or add them that way too. So from your weights, you could actually add a weight and add it to a specific division. If you just need to add a 105 here for some reason, you could do that. And now you have a 105 in that same division there. Okay. So you can add your divisions, add your weights. You can combine weight classes if you need to. So I can come in and say, hey, you know what? We're going to just have a 55. So I can come in and say, hey, this is going to be an 8U. I want to name it 55. And then what do I want to do with my existing weights? Do I want to delete them? Do I want to delete those existing weights? Do I want to keep the weights with the wrestlers? Or do I want to keep the weights without the wrestlers? Keeping them with the wrestlers or without the wrestlers is really up to you. That just is really your way of saying, hey, I want to keep this weight because we use it as default weights. But usually I just go ahead and delete. And now the 50 is gone and we have a 55 weight class only. Okay, so I can combine those. I could also, if this was a day 2 weigh-in or anything, I could increment the max weight by 1 or 2 or whatever, and it would go ahead and increment those up for me. I could also increment them down by putting a negative number in, and it would increment them back to their original state. Okay, so you can always do those things as you need to when you're on this weights page or on the divisions page. That's how you would edit or manage those divisions.